Did you know you can make your Eeros or your mesh network faster and secure for free? Let's dive into it on the next Mix of Tech. Hey guys, welcome to Mix of Tech, where I review technology for the consumer to prosumer, and I give my take on the things I see. What I'm going to be going over today is really applicable to all my Eero friends and users, and anyone that has a network in general. This will improve your experience on browsing and will provide more security to your network. So stick around. I think this will be applicable for you if you're not an Eero user, because there's a lot that you can use with this suggestion. Let's talk to what I'm recommending for us to implement for free. It's DNS, or 1.1.1.1. Have I lost you already? Don't worry, bear with me. I'll get you through this. So let's talk to a high level what DNS is. And I like to kind of look at DNS as your map for where you're going to go across the internet. A lot of times when I reference where I live, I don't give my physical address. I actually talk to a neighborhood or a location in a town. Well, that's kind of similar to DNS. There are servers out there that you connect to that you're using google.com as an example. Well, realistically, google.com is leveraged by an IP address. With that IP address, you have to have a reference to connect it to the site. So we generally use google.com, and the DNS server recognizes the IP address to go to. So DNS is really important, and you may have not realized which DNS server you're using. Have I scared you already? Don't worry. Now, if I've scared you off the ledge because you didn't know which DNS server you're using, it's okay. A lot of people just use the default settings that are provided by their ISP, and they work. Now, they may be to the advantage of the ISP. And when I say ISP, that's your internet service provider. That could be AT&T, that could be Verizon, or anyone that you're using for internet service. They might be using your content, and I'm not saying all, but some may be using your content to sell it to other companies so that they can leverage the data. So you're losing some of your privacy by using some of these DNS servers. So let's talk about what you can do to apply to your Eeros or really any network router that you have. Now, I've been using OpenDNS for over 10 years, and it's a great service, and I do recommend it. And I will say what I provide to you is referenceable for that service as well. But I wanted to go after something that was up to date because I've been using this service for quite a while, and I really haven't referenced any other industry sites or DNS services. I went to dnsperf.com, which is a great site to look at both the speed, the quality, and the reliability of the services. When you're using DNS, you're using it so that you can get a quicker response, because that's what's happening. It's generally leveraging servers that are going to be able to respond quicker. And that's one of the great advantages that you're getting with using your own DNS server. You'll get an instant response and your website should come back quicker. But the other advantage to this that a lot of these DNS services are using is they're blocking sites that might be malicious, might have malware or other things that you don't want to go to, and it prevents you from going to those sites. When I went on to dnsperf.com, I was looking for things that were surrounded around the world based upon the reliability, the speed, and the quality of the service. There may be things on that site that are better for your location, so check it out. But because I think most of my subscribers are across the world, I wanted to kind of find a reference point that was good for those subscribers and myself. What I landed on was based upon industry experience, based upon what I do as an IT professional, and then also based upon that site. And that was 1.1.1.1, which is Cloudflare's free DNS service. Now, you can purchase other DNS services out there, and there might be some other advantages beyond what Cloudflare offers you, but for free, you're getting something much better than what your ISP is providing. I guarantee you, in speed alone, you'll notice a difference. With DNS servers, just know that you typically have to have a primary and a secondary number. That's one thing I do like about Cloudflare. It's pretty easy to remember. I actually don't remember the OpenDNS, and I have to reference on the website, but 1.1.1.1 is pretty straightforward. That's your primary server. The secondary is pretty easy because they just change out two of the ones for zero. So it's 1.0.0.1. So it's really easy to remember. And when you're in a situation, which can happen, and let's say for whatever reason, your internet's working fine, but you're not getting to the websites, and it may be because of the DNS service being down, you can change out your settings and you can go back to whatever you want or use another DNS service. So let's dive into the Eero app and show you how to go through this. All right, guys, we're going to use the Apple iOS app for Eero, and we're going to go to Settings, Advanced, DNS. We're going to move it from the ISP, which was your default, to Custom DNS. And we're going to enter in the primary IPv4 as 1.1.1.2. Our secondary is going to be 1.0.0.2. And then after this, we're going to hit save and reboot. So if you're an Eeros secure customer, like I've suggested in other videos, make sure to disable your Eeros secure settings first before coming in and changing your DNS. The app, as of right now, will not allow you to change your DNS until you disable the Eeros secure settings. And that means everything into your profiles. After you've done that, then you can come back, enter in your settings, and you're good to go. One thing to mention that I did earlier that was different than what I mentioned earlier on this video is that I used 1.1.1.2. That's a different service that's fairly new to the Cloudflare that allows you to use what was good about 1.1.1.1, but actually prevent you from going to malware sites. With using 1.1.1, it gives you the great speeds of what you would get out of DNS, but it doesn't take it to the next level where it'll protect against going to malware sites like 1.1.1.2 does. Now, if you're interested, you can go check out the other family options. There's 1.1.1.3, but in my personal experience, I think it's better to use 1.1.1.2. And then you're going to protect yourself against malware. If you want to get to some more security, I highly recommend either using Eeros Secure, getting to the device and profiles, and then monitoring what you want to use across those devices. That's going to be your better option than trying to get to 1.1.1.3, which may not give you as full control over devices. There's different devices through your network that you may want to secure than others. Changing DNS is pretty easy and it's free, and it improves your overall browsing experience, and it's more secure. So if you've liked this video, make sure to hit the like button. And if you like this video and you want to see more tech content from me, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me on A Mix of Tech.